How's it going, guys? Reaper Chess here, coming back at you here with a build. Two of my useful builds that I always use in games, and it's the most common that you'll ever see. Is some that I've come up with myself and some I've modified. This is my Defari build. Usually I just rock the Berserker Rage instead of the 4th in Vitality, but if you can get the 4th in Vitality, it's always recommended since you get that Gluttonous Gains. And if you have Haunch, it can become a real kicker if you have a whole bunch of Haunch, which is pretty easy to come by in the Conan. It heals you quicker than most things in the game, and if you stack that with the herbal tea or infused aloe, it's a godsend. You could heal so fast. Now, with this build, you want to go really aggressive, such as like what we call peck attacks, and then we have the poke and roll, that kind of stuff, and learning how to do aggressive rolls. And you're going to be wanting to unequip a lot with the light spear. You don't want to stay stationary whatsoever. Always everywhere. The black dragon is usually what I rock, with some aloe soup or herbal tea, with her, roasted haunch usually up here. You're going to want freedom elixirs since you won't have a lot of encumbrance. This is a straight PvP build. You'll still be able to carry some stuff, but I recommend doing the meta where we always carry around a box. And it's become new, and I'm pretty much the founder of it until I haven't seen anybody else do it. Carry around one of them boxes with you, and you drop it when you kill somebody, throw it in it, call out to the encumbrance aggressor, your encumbrance build that's a fighter. He'll come over and he'll grab it up and take it to the vault or whatever he's got, or he'll just take it home or hold it. And it's very helpful when you're fighting somebody and you're fighting two people and you don't want them to get that gear because you just secured it. So this is a really good build, along with if you wanted to go with the more strength build that can go straight strength. Agility, like I've already told many people, if you're not going for an agility build, put no points in agility because it takes 2 to 3 extra points when you dodge. And if you have a lot more than 2 grit, it can save you sometimes with an extra dodge or hit. So when we're looking at things, we could also talk about different strategies or evasive maneuvers as well. But I also want to show you my other build that I have with the Camboosian. Right now I'm rocking what we call the Reaper Alpha build, which is basically a standard agility medium build with a vaulting pole. Does high damage. The attributes are right here. You want to usually use the agility elixir, the grit elixir. You want to have elixirs of freedom along with other things. The vaulting pole is a necessity for you to be able to have the light roll, so that way when you could always be aggressive and you could be defensive with this class. This is for more of a low stamina. Whenever somebody gets close, you usually want to have a two-handed sword or a one-hander. It also takes care of the thralls pretty well if you're fighting or raiding somebody. Usually you want to have the infused aloe soup or whatever, or aloe extract, and what it does is it will heal you super quick, but for reasons that it heals you so fast, we don't use it in duels because you only get 10 of them, and it would kind of be pointless to have just 10 of the ultra heals instead of 50 the regular, but to each his own. You always want to rock the violet cure-all and the freedom elixirs, because when you look back at the attributes, the encumbrance you will not be having a lot of. Since this is more of a PvP class, you want to carry around what we call a chest. When you carry around your chest and you kill somebody, you can throw down the chest. When you kill somebody, lock it and quickly do a select give all and then roll back out of it. What this will do, it'll let you take gear in the middle of a fight and not have to worry about being over encumbered. You carry about 2 chests on you, you could usually get away with a lot of gear. And be able to move it around and let the encumbrance build, whenever you shout out the location of your chest, come and grab it. Now, as in PvP, it's like PvP tips in general, there's the mirroring strategy. I don't have anybody here with me right now to help me show you what this is. Basically, if there's somebody moving this way, you're going to want to mirror them and move the same direction. So, let's say that somebody's moving like my character right here. My character's an enemy, right? So if my character was moving this direction, I'm going to want to be moving this direction as well to mirror him, because then I can get a quick peck off. That attack is called a peck. When you do a real quick unequipped and shot like that, that's a peck. You always want to practice your unequipping on your last hit, because if you don't, you'll be stuck in this long animation, not being able to dodge out. And it leaves you vulnerable to be a counterattack. So instead of standing still, you could just different meta using things like poison. Whenever applying poison to your weapon, try not to be stationary. A lot of people make this mistake when they're fighting in PvP, is that they'll see that they're out of poison on their weapon, so they'll run for a minute. They'll stop, and you'll see them stand still. That's a no-no. You never want to be standing still in the middle of a PvP fight at any time in the fight. What I suggest you do is you do what we call a running jump. Just like that, you'd be able to have your poison. You have to you gotta get a running jump, select. In the middle of your jump, you want to select, drag it over, and then, you know, click X. It'll put it on your spear. So, and you're always moving when you do that. You might have a little, sometimes lag and stuff like that will stop you from it, and you'll stand still for a couple seconds. But it's better than sitting here for a couple seconds trying to find it and go like this and go back into the fight, because you're standing still. That's easily, you're able to easily be rushed, especially with the display, how it can block your view. Somebody could have easily just come around something like this and hit you, and you wouldn't have seen it coming. Anyway, thanks you guys for watching my tips video. I also have more to come, a lot more to come. This was just basics to get people used to playing in a little bit of a higher tier formational skills and stuff like that. We'll be talking about how to do pincer attacks, how to use the environment as your weapon, always staying alert, as in when you're fighting a 2v1, you always want to be aware of your surroundings and be looking for the best opportunity to take two people out at one time. If not, take one out and even the odds. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Be sure to check out Mars Gaming channel, who decided to give me a shout out not too long ago from our 1v1. He's a really awesome dude. Hopefully we can get some more videos and collabs together. If you're coming from his channel, welcome. I appreciate your guys' support. Until next time, boys. Peace!